Welcome to The Brief. You're with me, Ashani De Silva. The opposition pointed out in Parliament yesterday that an amendment had been introduced to the 2015 Appropriations Bill prior to its adoption. The amendment in question proposed to increase the government's services expenditure from 1,812 billion rupees to 2,168 billion rupees.
සේවා වියදම් සඳහා අවශ්‍ය වේයයි ඇස්තමේන්තු කර ඇති රුපියල් 1,812 බිලියන.
Estimated services expenditure of 1,812,292,718,000. That is what has been mentioned as government expenditure. An amendment was introduced yesterday to change this. It proposes that expenditure be increased to 2,168 billion. This is astounding. The budget was presented a week ago. Within a week, expenditure has increased from 1,812 billion to 2,168 billion. When the budget was presented, they said that this was the expenditure. A week later, they are adding another 356 billion to this. The debt ceiling proposed was 1,340 billion. The amendment presented yesterday increased the debt ceiling too. That has been increased by 440 billion. So the monetary allocations had not been made to give what they promised. Although they said they would give it, they did not have the funds. They said they would reduce the budget deficit and debt. But now we can see the truth.
දෙනවා කිව්වට දෙන්න මුදල් තිබුණේ නැහැ. ඒත් මොකද්ද කිව්වේ නැහැ අපි ආයවැය පරතරය අඩු කරනවා ණය ගන්න එක අඩු කරනවා කියලා. දැන් පේනවා ඇත්ත මොකද වෙලා තියෙන්නේ කියලා.
The Disaster Management Center says that over 10,000 people have been affected and over 1,800 people have been displaced in several parts of the country due to the threat of landslides and heavy showers.
Heavy showers caused many areas of the Puttlam district to be inundated. The Assistant District Secretary of Puttlam said that 3,675 members of 1,055 families are affected. Of that number, the Assistant District Secretary added that 191 displaced people are currently housed at 4 camps. Moreover, several houses in the Puttlam, Mundalama, Chilau and Mahavava administrative divisions have been inundated by the heavy showers. The Sirimapura area in Mundalama in the Puttlam district was the worst affected by the heavy rains. A tree collapsed onto a building of the Vatavala Tamil National College laboratory today. According to our correspondent, 3 students sustained injuries in the incident. Northwestern Province education officials said that the Indulgurkhanda Sri Nisanka National School in Kurunagala will remain closed until further notice due to the threat of landslides. The Pitavatta area in Dummalasuriya Kurunagala remains submerged due to the adverse weather conditions. Our correspondent said that 35 houses have been inundated, leaving 50 families displaced. These displaced families have been provided temporary shelter at the Kattimahana Church in Dummalasuriya. Meanwhile, areas surrounding the Daduroya, Lunoya, Karavitavava and Munnesaram Vava and several other reservoirs were inundated due to these reservoirs breaking their banks. Spill gates of the Thisavava in Anuradhapura were opened this afternoon. According to our correspondent, the Rajangani reservoir was 1.5 feet below spill level as of this evening.
The National Building Research Organization has issued landslide warnings to all divisional secretariats of the Kegalle, Ratnapura, Matale, Badulla, Kandy, Nuwara and Kalutara districts.
The National Building Research Organization has issued landslide warnings to all divisional secretariats of the Kegalle, Ratnapura, Matale, Badulla, Kandy, Nuwara and Kalutara districts. Meanwhile, the Met Department says the reduction of thunder showers could be expected, adding that, however, the rainy weather conditions could persist.
Continuing search for the remains of victims of the Miriabad landslide was hampered by inclement weather conditions yesterday. Security Forces Commander Central Major General Mano Pereira, who is coordinating the search operation, noted that the operation is continuing in spite of the landslide warning issued by the National Building Research Organization.
Search operations in the Miriabad landslide landslide area had to be suspended this evening due to the heavy rains that started falling. Although there was overnight rain and the soil conditions have become little more unstable and soggy, we are continuing with the search operations. And up to yesterday, we managed to recover a total of 9 bodies, plus certain human parts of certain human limbs. We are progressing with the evidence that have been provided through the recovery of these limbs and also other bodies, and trying to reach the other dead bodies which are trapped beneath the debris. At the same time, the road construction that is being conducted by the Sri Lanka Army Engineer Brigade is being showing good progress. There are 2 culverts to be completed for the road to be made motorable. As a first step towards encouraging reintegration of the displaced personnel into normal life, we have them to get back to their own areas, to attend to their cultivations, attend to their animals, and so that they could come back by evening.
And with that, we wrap up the brief. For the Newsfirst team, I'm Ashani De Silva.